It's about that time.
City Views, City Views.
What's happening in your city?
City Views, City Views. City Views, City Views.
You got love for your city?
City Views, City Views. City Views. Ah, City Views, City Views, City Views. Ah, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views. Ah, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views. Ah, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views, City Views.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of City Views. Here with the crew this evening, and boy, can I tell you, they're a boisterous bunch this evening. I don't know what's gotten into them, but I hope it gets out of them before the show ends. We might have to cut it right here, if anything kind of goes off the rails. So, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. There must be something in the pudding.
I didn't get pudding. I want some pudding.
Oh no! See,
Bring me some figgy pudding.
see. I told you. I tried to warn you.
How's that song go, Coryse?
Oh no! Now
Something
Karen.
about figgy pudding. for
Yes.
sure.
Now Karen's singing. Oh.
We don't want that.
You know we don't.
No.
No, we don't. I mean, I do appreciate your other talents.
Yes.
However,
Singing
is not one of them.
Thank you.
We'll leave that to Joe.
I think Karen had too much fun this weekend.
Oh, it's been a while. I'm glad to be back.
I'm glad you're back.
Coryse.
I'm so happy to be back.
Yes, and we have a new.
Yes.
So introduce this fine gentleman.
Yes, unfortunately, Kareem couldn't be with us this evening. So Joe Severo, being the team player that he is, he does our City Views food segments,
Yes.
shout outs for the restaurants. And he was so happy to fill in for Kareem this evening, and we're so glad to have him on the show. So please welcome our friend, teammate, and colleague, Mr. Joe Severo.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
And seeing how we're really hard hitters here at City Views, we're going to hit him hard. And we're going to start off with the challenge for him, and we're going to make him do our sponsors.
Oh.
So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here's Joey.
All right. Our big city sponsors. Firstly, we have Toth Insurance Agency on 1151 East Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Better protection, better value at 860-496-7771. And their email is Toth Ins Insurance at optonline.net. Secondly, we have Mel Brickman and Health Markets at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite number 1 in Torrington. You better call Mel. At 860-307-1128. Healthmarkets.com/local health insurance. Thirdly, we have Brooks, Todd, and McNeil Insurance at 69 Water Street, Torrington, Connecticut, keeping an eye on your insurance needs since 1839. You can find them, or you can contact them at 860-598-8753, and their website is brookstoddmcneil.com. Lastly, we have Dr. Michael Curry at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105, Torrington, Connecticut, pediatric care for over 50 years, at 860-482-8177, and their website is torringtonpediatrics.com.
All right.
Yes.
I think he passed, right? I think he
Fabulous.
did well.
He passes.
I
There
think
go.
you passed the test with flying colors.
I hope so. I was hoping.
Gold star.
Hopefully I
You
was
can
looking
wipe
at
that
the
sweat
right
off your brows now.
You did
I
fabulous.
appreciate that. Thank
Kareem,
you.
you should be afraid.
Well, seeing how he and Kareem are very good friends, I'm sure that they'll work something out,
We'll have to.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly.
So, Joe, thank you so much for and you never know. I mean, you're free to come back whenever and hang out because
Appreciate that.
you never know because Coryse might be doing one of her films somewhere around the world.
Well, as soon as that strike lifts.
Well,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
that's right. And then Karen, I mean, she might be doing her understudies for the next Barbie movie.
Exactly.
So yeah,
So
I'm a Barbie
Is there a
girl.
doctor in the house?
but you know what? What's funny is because my husband's name is Ken.
Yeah.
Right? It is
Actually
Ken.
true.
Yeah.
Okay. So what the funniest thing is now that we've seen the movie and Ken went with me, is now he has decided that the house is now called Kendom, as in the movie Kendom. So I live in
Oh, boy.
Kendom. So I just thought,
lucky you.
Yeah, exactly.
My oh my. Hey, Coryse,
Yes.
what's going on in the community
Oh,
these
right.
days?
Well, let me put my spectacles on
Go
there,
ahead
and
with
I'll
your
tell you
specs, girl.
everything that's
Go ahead
going
with your
on.
specs.
As you know, the last couple of weeks, Torrington has been really busy. We had the Creative Arts Festival, which was absolutely amazing. I mean, I went down there and they had, the stilt walker, the fire dancer people,
Yep.
and
The
they
umbrellas.
had the
I saw the
umbrellas.
umbrellas.
They had an umbrella project where it was lit umbrellas and Polabolis, I believe,
Yeah.
got people to move around and create shapes, and it looked absolutely beautiful and amazing. And kids play also had the Jack and the Beanstalk storytelling, and then had kids paint this huge beanstalk. It was a lot of fun for all the
Wow.
kids.
It
Um,
gives it like a Main Street marketplace feel. Kind
Oh
of
yeah,
situation going on.
and this went on, and of course, we, Culture for a Cause, us, we also did our showing of the John Brown documentary project.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, and so that was well attended. And let me just say that everyone had a blast. People were out there until 10 p.m. It was absolutely amazing. Other than that, throughout the last weekend, I went on a train ride. Have you guys ever done the train rides from Thomaston to Torrington? Ride the Noggy?
One time.
Oh my
And
goodness!
I want to do one of the theme ones where
Yes.
they do chocolate
Yes, that's the
or
one-
wine
okay.
or whatever. Oh my
So
goodness.
that's the one I went on.
you did?
It's a send off for summer in Margaritaville.
Oh.
So they gave you in the package you get margaritas on the train ride to Torrington.
Oh, that's
And
got my
then-
name on
Oh my
that.
gosh, it was amazing. 3 different margaritas.
Three.
And
Oh,
then it stops at is it Mad Dog or Bad Dog?
Bad dog.
Bad Dog Brewery, where you get dinner. This is all included. You get
Really?
dinner upstairs, tacos. We had tacos. They had Mediterranean style. And then after dinner, we were there until 9 p.m. So from 7 till 9, it stayed at Bad Dog. And then after that, at 9:15, we hopped back on the train. There's a DJ on the train, too.
Oh my goodness.
That was absolutely fun. So much fun.
Wow.
And they gave us one more margarita and a keepsake cup that lights up, margarita cup that lights up.
You had me at Margarita. Just saying, just had me at Margarita.
So and the trains that they put you on, these trains are like 100 years old. These are some
They're
antique
beautiful.
trains. It is safe though, and a lot of fun.
You know what I'm
There
saying?
was no derailment, Jacque.
There was no derailment. But on that note, I had so much fun on that ride. I wanted to mention all their upcoming events.
Sure. Let's sign us up.
Yeah, I think we should all try to like do a
We
group.
should go.
Oh,
And we
City
should
Views?
ride the train. City View rides the train.
Come
Oh,
ride the
my
train
gosh.
and ride it.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Ride the train.
So to start off, they have an Autumn Colors Limited train ride, October 6th, 13th, and 20th. They have a Chocolate Decadence tour.
Ooh,
Yep.
ooh.
I'm with that one.
I don't like chocolate.
or
I'm more of a
wine
caramel
or
girl.
margarita?
But, the chocolate one, I'm pretty sure as long as I hear wine in there, then I'll be there.
Wine
have
and
a-
chocolate.
Harvest Fest Express train ride, which is in October as well. They also have the Litchfield Hills Barbecue and Whiskey Special.
Oh, barbecue and whiskey?
Count me in.
Can you do?
Count me
I
in.
can.
Count me
Okay.
in.
Okay.
And they have a Northern Lights Limited train ride, which is in November, about 5 dates in November. They have a pumpkin patch train ride, about 4 different dates in October. They have the Santa Express, which take your kids to that. I took my kids. It's
My kids
absolutely
are older, so-
amazing. It's so much fun, and that's November and December dates. And then they have the Torrington Twilight Express, which is October 13th and 21st. So these are all fun train rides. You know, they did like a scavenger hunt inside the train station itself.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's a nice, fun event, fun date night. Make it a date night. Make it a group night.
Oh, I like that.
And then they have the family nights. And of course, the family train rides would be earlier in the day.
Right.
The adult theme ones are more later in the night, start at 6. And I think, I mean, I was home by 10:30.
All right, so go back to that barbecue one because listen, I'm just saying that Jacque,
Yeah.
you need to call tomorrow
Yeah.
and book City Views, and we'll do a whole
I think
expose
so.
on the train
Okay.
about that. What do you think?
I think.
I think.
Right. So I think all right. So no, I'm serious.
Yeah,
like
I
let's
think
do
that
an
would be
expose, and then
absolutely fun.
we could tell them about the other ones coming up.
Yep.
But we need to go and be there and experience
I
this for
agree.
ourselves.
I
And talk
agree.
about the
I
history
agree.
of these trains. I mean,
Oh,
these are some.
Yeah.
Talk to the
Yeah.
conductor,
Yeah.
Yep.
getting on the train. We could do like a whole train situation, you know, City Views.
Now, would our audience like for us to do that? You can let us
Oh,
know.
yes. Let us know.
Engage on our Facebook page, okay? And if you want, you know, certain guests on the show, for guests for us to interview, topics you want us to cover, then this is your opportunity to do so because City Views, this 30-year tradition,
Yes.
is all about Torrington, us, the
And-
people.
And that number right there.
Yeah,
right?
You can call in now if you
You
want.
can
there.
call in now. We'll
Right
talk to
there.
you. But right there is the
At
number.
the bottom.
Exactly.
I got to put my hand lower. So.
Yes.
See, Coryse had training with the Bob Barker beauties. You know,
Institute.
she.
She was a Barker-
Actually,
she
you
was a
know,
Barker
I
beauty.
did.
Did you
I
know that?
Oh.
I did play, you know, one of the millionaire. What is that? Holding the briefcase.
The
What was-
briefcase. Oh, what was
What is
that?
that show?
Oh, Deal or
Oh,
No
Deal or
Deal.
No
Deal
Deal.
or No
Deal.
Deal.
Oh, Deal or No Deal.
I can see you
girl.
on Deal.
Oh,
I can see you
Yes.
on
Oh,
Deal.
Just
yeah.
once.
Yeah.
Yes.
She held that briefcase.
Held that briefcase
I would have ran. I got my $200,000.
Yeah.
out the door.
And you open it up, and it was like
$5.
The big
Busted.
store.
Yeah. Exactly. But no, seriously, I think you know that would be fabulous. And yeah, let's get some guests on
Okay.
here.
All right.
Let's do. But I want to do like an on location, like. Woo,
I think
we're
that would
on the
be a
train.
fun one on
Maybe it could be
location.
Oh,
remote
come
segment.
on the train.
Yeah, remote
Let's go.
segment. It
I
could be
like
done.
it. Yeah.
It could be done.
Anything is possible. Now,
When you put the 4 of us together, of course it is.
oh, of course,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Can you imagine?
You guys, now, I do apologize to you guys because, you know, sometimes I'm not as prompt as I would like to be, but I try. I give it my best effort. My friends out there know what I'm talking about, but I'm working on it. It was one of my New Year's resolutions.
Okay.
But today,
Yeah.
it was kind of one of those situations where duty called.
Mhm.
And on my way here,
Let's talk about this.
I
There
mean,
is-
I
there
was
is-
going to say you're looking quite comfortable today.
well, that's because I ain't got no sleep, but we'll talk about
Okay,
that
we'll
later.
talk about that.
But unfortunately, you know, the community that we live in, you know, there's a lot of good things going on, but there are still a few challenges as well.
Correct.
So I'm coming in, and there's a little altercation going on in Cole Park. Yes. And I'm like, why are you guys just standing around watching this? You should be stopping this.
You did not pull over.
I had to pull over.
Wow.
I had to pull over.
Bless you.
Well,
Seriously,
I mean,
no.
I did think twice.
Should I pull over? No. And then the second time, I better pull over.
I did think twice because I didn't see any deadly weapons.
Right.
So,
Well,
you
That's
no.
always a plus.
I'm
You don't-
serious.
right.
I'm like, I didn't see anybody pull a knife or anything.
Yeah.
You know, or so I said, it's probably a little safe. You know, but a couple other cars did pull over too.
Okay.
Did you
But-
call 911 though? Because I would have called, like I would have pulled
I
over,
would've
called
called,
911, and then, you know,
I didn't think of that at the time.
Wow.
Order of operations.
right?
Well, I thought that I could handle the situation myself.
Okay now.
It seemed like you
There's a
did.
new sheriff in town.
Yeah.
But
I'm calling Sergeant Baldus on Monday, getting you one of those little plastic sheriff weapons, and I'm bringing it in.
They
That's
gave
all
my
I'm
son
saying.
one. I can bring it in.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't tell Chief Baldwin that. He'll be
I
like,
said tell
he'll
him.
be
I'm
calling
gonna
me.
tell
He'll be like, yo.
We're gonna have him on too.
He'll be like, yo, bro, don't be trying to take my job. I'm not. I'm really not. I just felt like though, you know, and you know very well the issues that we have
Yes.
in our social services sector.
Correct.
And it's just so it's sad because, you know, we have to have a new level of respect for people that are going through these challenges
Yes.
and having these issues.
Yes.
And part of the reason why I believe that they're in these situations is because of the scrutiny they feel because of the situations they're in.
Right.
And I think, you know, we as a community really need to kind of look out in our community, and you never know what gesture you can do
Exactly.
to
That's
help that
even
individual.
The smallest.
Right.
The smallest of gestures goes that far. And so what you did is absolutely commendable. But I really would suggest next time you call 911 first and then go in. Because, I mean, like, so what if you were down in the park, you know, under a bench, you know, beat up, and we had to do the show without you?
know.
And I'm not being funny about this. I'm being honest. You put yourself first before you even thought of just, and you charged in there. You've got to be careful.
Well, I would have called 911, but I forgot the number.
He went there. He went there. I did not. I'm just saying.
In the heat of the moment.
I was like 411, 211. Which 111 you called?
It's
Yeah.
811.
fundamentals
Call
went
before
out
you
the
dig.
Yeah, call before you dig. That's after the fight. Call 811. I'm digging a hole.
No, it is scary these days though, because
it is.
Even sometimes when I think just recently, you know, you got to be careful. Even just blowing your horn for someone.
Oh yeah.
You don't know how they're going to react.
Yeah.
People lately are snapping.
Yeah.
You know.
Many are reactive,
They are.
Yeah.
And I am one that, I shouldn't say this out loud, but I'm very reactive with, I'm Italian, and
I
the
was going to
hands
say
come
that's
out, and things are,
Italian.
you
I
know,
can
and
empathize.
things happen. And I have a personalized license plate. So people like, so, you know, you drive by and it's like, you know, AB 61234. I'm like, bleh, on mine. And they're like, oh, okay. And so I have to, my husband says to me, calm down, you know, so you have to be really careful. But, you know, I think one thing that we're really lacking in the city is a social services director that really, you know, that's an issue that we have here. I mean, other smaller towns, I mean, there's ones in Litchfield, there's ones in Winstead, and I'm just using surrounding towns as an example, Harwinton as well, but we really do need a social services director type position or something like that where we can get that to culminate all of the social services so people know where to go. You know, and it's difficult, you know, city budgets and things are, you know, all of it comes down to economics. But we have to be very aware of that. So, you know, I'm glad you're okay. You were able to break it up and get things done.
What did you do, Jacque? Did you go out there and start singing? He wooed them with his voice.
It was a serenade.
Yeah. Is that what you did, Jacque?
Serenaded them into surrender.
Soothes the common beast.
You're right.
There we go.
I
The
could
savage
see that.
beast.
Yes.
So it was like, fellas, you don't have to do this. Just beat it.
And then he broke into Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Woo-hoo! And then he moonwalked back to his car.
And he was out of there.
And he was out of there. Beep, beep. Bye-bye. Got a TV show to do. Oh, my goodness. We are awful people.
Well,
I mean, you gotta make light of situations.
Sometimes you do.
know?
nobody was seriously hurt.
Good.
That's good.
you know,
Good.
That's
Reassuring.
you know,
Good.
That's the that's the takeaway from the situation.
Good.
But you know, maybe you know, we should suggest to one of these guys, you know, it's like, yo, man, you know, maybe you want to, you know, hook up with some M&A, and make money, create a revenue stream out of your
Oh, well.
out of your anger.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, now we got it. We're going to be setting up ropes and rings in the middle of Co Park.
Oh, can you imagine that? Friday night,
Call the Park
Friday
and
night
Rec
fights at
department.
Co Park.
The Fight Club.
Right.
You'll be a revenue raiser.
Right? Hey, and that'll fund the social services person.
Hey,
There you go. No,
See? Innovative thinking, Karen.
I'm telling you.
Sometimes you are bright.
No, I'm telling you. Not today.
Sometimes. Karen, did you hear? He said,
I heard that sometimes. I know. And I have to agree with him. There's some days that it's just like, okay? And other days it's like, so at any rate. Moving right along.
Yes,
Moving
yes.
along.
If you guys haven't noticed, if you see here are City Views cups.
Cheers.
And we love these cups. And something about these cups that when you drink, like water, we have water.
Yep. It's so much better.
You drink it, and it literally tastes like wine.
You can't even imagine.
How
and
does
listen,
that
Yeah,
happen?
I think
These cups are turning water into wine.
because
I
you know
mean-
why? Because Jesus blessed these.
Yeah,
And
see,
he came here
see.
and he put water in
See.
and he went
Yes.
bing,
Boom.
turned
Yeah.
into wine.
And we
Cheers.
believe in that kind of stuff. So
We do.
Yeah.
We're very religious here.
Mhm.
We are.
Faithful.
Amen.
Faithful.
Amen.
Because there's a difference between being faithful and being religious.
Yes.
Correct.
And faith kind of lends itself to more eternal attributes
Yes.
as opposed to religion that can sometimes get very convoluted.
Yes.
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 I
agree.
And some of the things that have been done in the name of religion, it's like, what?
Oh, yeah.
We're not going to go there.
Yeah,
'cause
we
that's
won't
a
get
taboo
deep.
subject.
We won't get deep.
That's a
We-
taboo
Too
subject.
taboo.
We won't get deep. But I guess the takeaway from this little detour of our conversation is have faith.
Exactly. Exactly.
Keep the faith. And whatever it is. If you believe in rocks, then believe in rocks with all your might.
Exactly.
If you believe in butterflies, believe in butterflies with all your might.
Exactly.
Can I get a witness?
Amen. If you believe in the Easter Bunny, go right ahead.
I believe in the tooth fairy. Okay? There you go.
Sandman, whatever you want
Yeah.
to believe in.
So now with that, I'm going to jump into the food bank.
Jump into it.
I am jumping
into
into Friendly Hands Food Bank. Don't forget, any of my golfers out there, September. Do you believe? Well, let's go back a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
Friday is September 1st.
No.
Yeah.
Friday is September 1st. Can you even
No.
like September?
You know what, though?
Yeah, that is.
Where did the summer go?
I feel, well, we haven't
We
had
had
much of a
summer,
summer
yeah.
one.
No.
But I do feel like it's been September for the last couple of weeks. The weather-wise.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
Insane. So Friday is September 1st, but on Sunday, September 24th is the first annual Litchfield County Sports benefit golf tournament for Friendly Hands Food Bank. We're still accepting golfers to around the 10th of September. If anybody would like to just come for dinner, it is at Fairview Farms Golf Course. For the dinner, we would love to have you. If you're not a golfer, I don't golf. So I will be there, just be like poking around and stuff. And then I will be there to eat the dinner because I'm hungry all the time. I'm Italian. Okay. So I will be there. But it is a great cause. Friendly Hands Food Bank, Northwest Connecticut's largest food bank, serving over. And let's just hold on to your
Yeah.
seats now.
Yeah.
Hold on to the seats right now.
Hold on.
You're holding on?
We're holding on.
Everybody grab on.
Hold on.
Right now, as our numbers stand today, 5,700 families, not just individuals, families. The numbers are continuing to rise. It's insane. But you know what? There are food banks out there that are willing to help. With anyone who is food insecure, if you are food insecure, make sure you call 211. We will hook you up. They will hook you up with a food bank in your area. You could get food. Nobody should go without food. Do not choose to pay just your mortgage and not feed yourself, your family, whatever. Call 211 and they will get you to a food bank that is in your area. And with that, I think that we
Wait,
just
question
yes,
though.
yes.
Question. For the golf tournament.
Yes.
What, like, what is the youngest age for a golfer to enter?
So we would like for foursomes to enter as foursomes.
Okay.
Okay. But if, let's say your son is, because my kids all golfed, okay, from the age they were 5 on up, my sons golfed, and they're golfing in this tournament. So again, they can come any age, and if they put together 3 other guys, so maybe let's say there's a young kid and a father, and they get 2 other golfers, they can do a foursome.
Okay.
And we've got great prizes. We have got a brand new car for a hole-in-one. We've got great prizes, amazing raffles, all kinds of things that are going on, and it really will be worth your time. And you're supporting a great cause, food insecurity in Northwest Connecticut.
My son, so he just turned 13, and
he could definitely grab a couple guys.
He got golf clubs for his birthday. He wants, and every day he's like, "Can I go to the range? Can you take me to the range?"
Yeah.
This might be something fun. I'll see if he can get some friends
And
together.
listen, if he can't, let me know, because we'll put together a foursome. We'll put 3 other people with him. But, it's always good, like at that age, if he has one other friend or
Right.
some,
Yeah.
adult or something that wants to, you know what I mean? And they get together. It'll be a fantastic time. It's our first annual. Huge shout out to Tim Gaffney.
Big shout out.
Who is fabulous. He is the Litchfield County Sports Magazine editor, CEO, founder, whatever. He's putting this golf tournament on for Friendly Hands Food Bank. Amazing gentleman. Plus, he has another show on here.
Yep.
Gaffney's Views.
I think
Gaffney's Take.
if that's what it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And he is on here, so you could watch his show here as well. So he's putting that on. And so we're very, very excited. And one last thing I will announce. So today is, because I know we rerun our shows, today is the 28th, correct?
29th.
So August 29th.
Yes.
See, I'm now a day
That's
late
all right. That's
and
all right.
$1 short.
We got you.
Okay, so today's the 29th. Tomorrow, Wednesday, August 30th, Friendly Hands Food Bank will be closed for inventory, just in case anyone is watching live, just so you know, we are closed August 30th. We have inventory, and we have huge shipments coming in, just so you know that. And that about wraps it up.
I have a quick
where we are.
comment,
Sure.
Karen, or question. So I, going through Facebook and some of these community pages, I saw someone posted that
Yes.
I think Greenwood, I'm not sure, something with Greenwood's
Country Club?
I'm not the country club.
Okay.
It was a community.
Greenwood's Counseling?
I'm not quite sure, but they had like all this extra food left over, and they were reaching out to just people on Facebook asking,
Yes.
"Did you hear about
And
that?"
you know what's great about that is, so this was a camp. This was a local
Yes, a
camp.
camp.
Yes, and I can't remember what the name was. But what's funny is, so a lot of times people will reach out on Facebook on the community pages and say, "Hey, I'm Camp XYZ. We have all this food, blah, blah, blah. Who can you give it to?" And like 10, 20, 30 people respond. Well, I'm very happy to announce that today, both of the camps, not only that one, but another one, came down and dropped all the food off to us. We have
good.
2 truckloads of food.
Good.
And that food will now go out immediately on Thursday. And we got tons and tons and tons. And we shared some of it with the Torrington Community Soup Kitchen.
Oh,
Because
good.
they sent us big, like, they had big things of like tartar sauce, the
Wow.
big giant cans, which
Yeah.
our clients usually can't, because their families can't use those big things. But we sent it over to the Torrington Community Soup Kitchen, and they were able to use that big giant stuff
Yeah.
because they're feeding a couple hundred people a day. So so that did work out
Oh,
for us.
good.
So
I'm
thank
glad.
you.
Yes.
So
Good.
yes. And again, you know what? Remember those people in your community who are food insecure, who need agency help, whatever like that. 211 is where you want to go. Call them up, 211. They will hook you up with where you need to go for shelter, fish, food, us, Torrington Community Soup Kitchen for warm meals and whatever. And that's your source there. So
Very good.
we'll send it back to Jacque.
And we're going to send it over to Joe to give a shout out to our sponsors.
Our big city sponsors. Today we have Toth Insurance Agency at 1151 East Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Better protection, better value. You can contact them at 860-496-7771. Their email is tothinsurance, or tothins, at optonline.net. Second, we have Mel Brickman and Health Markets at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite 1 in Torrington, Connecticut. You better call Mel. Better.
You said it.
At 860-307-1128. Their email their website being healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins. Our third shout out is Brooks, Todd, and McNeil Insurance at 69 Water Street, Torrington, Connecticut, keeping an eye on your insurance needs since 1839. You can contact them at 860-598-8753 at brookstoddmcneil.com. Lastly, we have Dr. Michael Curry at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105, Torrington, Connecticut, pediatric care for over 50 years at 860-482-8177, their website being torringtonpediatrics.com.
Okay.
Joe, filling in like a
Doing
pro.
it. He is fabulous.
Yeah,
Doing my best.
man.
Fabulous.
And you can check some of Joe's work with the segments on shows coming up on City Views. So get ready to check those out. As we're awaiting for the call from Michelle
don't have the
to
clock.
see,
I don't
Time is
either.
it?
it's about
It is-
that
yeah.
Is it about that
time.
time? Is it
It's about
on there?
that time.
She's not on there yet. So
Oh.
somebody's going to go like this. And then I will push the button.
You know what? I think
I
did?
texted her.
You know what I told her though.
What?
When she asked. To
I
call
know
in.
what you said. Yeah, I know what you told her. You said 5:30. And Michelle was at the food bank today working her butt off. Okay, so let me just say this to you. State Representative Michelle Cook, okay, shows up.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. I saw
She
her
saw
driving
everything.
the truck the other day.
You saw her driving what truck? The Friendly
Yeah,
Hands Food Bank truck.
Friendly Hands
Okay,
Food Bank.
because I was short people, and I'm like, I can't. I was going crazy, and she was like, I'm coming down right now. She gets in the truck,
Yeah.
and backs it out, drives, and does the pickups, and comes back.
Yeah.
I mean, who does that? Michelle Cook. So anyway, today she said to me, she goes, you know what? She goes, yeah, Jacque said 5:30. I go, 5:30? I go, our show starts at 6. I go, I don't know who you're calling at 5:30. So,
Well, we started the
just-
show at 5 before we moved it to 6.
right, so I said, no,
Oh, right.
6:30.
Yeah.
So I don't have a clock on.
I'm sure she's going to be.
So she'll soon. Is it when you get your? Tell me
Someone-
what your
someone's
clock
buzzing
is.
there. Who's
My
buzzing?
leg is buzzing. I don't know. Somebody is calling me in the middle of the show. That's Michelle.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, she.
No. She knows to call. She knows.
I
to
warned
call.
you guys. I told you that there was a bug loose in the studio this evening.
Let me just pull that out and just see. Oh my God!
It's
It-
her.
I think
Michelle?
it was her.
She
I-
did-
I- this is so. She needs the number to call in.
Oh, she does.
860
Okay, so wait a minute. 860
361
361
9985.
85.
Yes.
Okay, so that was Michelle.
You know, I'm. Yo, when she calls in, she's going to hear it from me. She's
She's
going to hear it from me.
Okay, so it was. I'm glad yay.
I'm glad
She's
I
gonna
did
hear it
buzz.
from me.
Who's buzzing? And here I am.
buzzing?
She's going to hear it from me.
She's dialing right now. I could see her.
She's going to hear it from
Okay,
me.
and not me, because I did.
No.
Good thing
she's
I
gonna hear
looked,
it
and she
from
said,
Moi. Okay.
"Oh, there she is."
Oh,
All right,
okay,
what do
here
I
it
gotta
comes.
push?
Here it
Help
comes.
me.
Here it
Help me.
comes.
What button am I pushing? Answer. No, it's not answering. Which one is it? Uh-oh, I think I hung her up.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. Come over here and help
Michelle,
me.
we promised that was the right number.
Oh, my God, Michelle.
No, I got it.
Okay, wait, he's got it. It's in there. I just hung her up. Okay, now she's really good.
Oh, see?
Wait, there was, it's on this one and this one. Are you there?
Doug's got to let her in.
Oh,
Now hit resume.
okay, wait a
Resume.
minute.
Hit resume. Resume. Hit resume.
Hold on. Karen needs her glasses.
Hit the green light on the left, up top, right?
Got it.
Or just
Hello?
Resume.
All right.
Yay!
That was Karen. She hung up on you
I
before.
hung up on you by accident. I'm so sorry, but it was really Jacque's fault.
Yeah, just blame it on me.
Well, you know what? I have learned to take no offense to all the crazies. After our day, Karen, there's
Oh.
no worries.
I told them, I already prefaced it by Michelle was down there all day long, lifting, moving, sorting, doing, and Coryse even said she saw you last week driving the van around town, doing pickups and everything.
Yeah.
So it's my fault. I apologize, but welcome to City Views.
Welcome.
Well, it's no problem, and I'm happy to finally be here.
Yeah, thank you for calling in.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I kind of have a bone to pick with you, Miss Cook.
Ooh,
What do you got?
she's ready.
For once.
She's ready.
Now, you're going back and forth with Karen about my impromptu time for you to call in. You know that I'm a very busy man, and some of these little minute details sometimes escape me. So, I think that you should show me a little more respect, Michelle.
Miss Etiquette?
Who's that? Well, no, I said to him when I came in, I said, Michelle was at the food bank today, and I said, she said to me, Jacque said to call in at 5:30, and I go, 5:30? I go, I'm not going to be there till 6. I said, the show starts at 6. So, Michelle,
Wow.
so I said, Michelle, I
Let
think it's 6:30, and I did text you when I got to the studio and said, it's 6:30.
6:30.
That is correct. But for full disclosure, and all of those people that are laughing at this the entire conversation, Jacque actually sent me a message on Facebook and said very clearly, 5:30.
Thank
and
you.
I said, are you sure?
Wait.
Because it's 6 o'clock right now. And then it was
No.
cricket.
What? How,
Hey,
wait, Michelle.
Yep. Jacque. Let's just move on. It's
No,
okay.
no,
Move along
not
here,
yet.
people.
I got to make a point.
No points.
I got to make a point. You called and asked for the number to the show.
15 times. No,
You
no,
don't
no,
watch
by
the
way,
show.
I didn't.
You don't watch the show. You don't watch the show.
She watches it every week, but not when she's on, because then it's a reverberation.
No, but
You can watch it before to get the number. There's no excuse.
So here's the thing.
There is no thing.
Here's the thing. My cell phone was hacked. My email, like all sorts of things were hacked. So I lost all sorts of stuff. So I'm trying to resalvage it all.
right, because Michelle, you've called in before without calling Karen and asking for the number. So,
Right.
So,
Yes, I
Michelle,
have. And
I'm
that's what
with
trying
you.
to
I
explain.
believe you, and I'm on your side.
See how you women are?
Has
You women,
asked
you
for
see, you
help.
women
She
bond
should not
together
be
and like
judged.
this is unfair.
Come on, right here.
That's just unfair.
Well, again, though, Jacque, in full disclosure, when you told me 5:30 at 6 o'clock, I also at that point asked you for the phone number as well, and it was, again, cricket.
Jacque.
Because I was preoccupied working for my community when you sent me that text. Okay.
And what was I doing?
Oh, you weren't looking at the show. I know that much.
I can't look at the show if I'm calling it in.
Exactly.
Some
Exactly.
excuse that is.
So we are moving on to
Moving on.
Thank you so much.
We are
for
so
that,
moving
Miss
on to
Karen.
what's-
I appreciate that.
what is cooking
What's
with
cooking?
State Representative Michelle Cook. What is cooking in your pan, girl?
I thought you were
my
gonna say
goodness. Well,
pants.
let me tell you, it has just been a week. I mean, you know, you've seen me all week.
I have seen her. She's been nonstop
Yeah.
down at the food bank. She has a new grandchild. She's
Oh, yeah.
going back
Oh,
and forth.
the
We had to see the
grandchild's
Barbie
here.
movie.
Yeah.
We saw the Barbie movie. We had to eat and drink at the
Yep,
Gilson.
yep.
So how did the Barbie movie influence your worldview, Michelle?
So, you know, it's interesting because I wanted to see it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, we've all grown up with Barbies in one fashion or another. But I think that they did it in a way that was really talking about women's rights and equality.
Oh.
And, like, it was like a 40,000-foot view as opposed to just... And it was really cool about the evolution of Barbie because, like, some of them you're like, wow, they had that because maybe it was before our time or we just didn't really know it. But I do think in the big scheme of things, it was very cool to watch how they took some modern world issues and put it into a movie. And at the same time, it's got so much, you know, obviously it's generated so much, you know,
Yeah.
attention that the topic, if you walk into it and you look at it just beyond the movie of a Barbie and a doll, you can really see what's happened over time and how women have been treated. And I think that is truly timely, especially given with, you know, our Equal Rights and Women's Day last week. So,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you do have to comment on what you and I, because Michelle and I went together with our husbands, what we made our husbands wear to the Barbie movie.
I saw those pictures.
So yes. I mean, it was a stipulation. If you're going to wear Barbie, you're going in pink.
Going in pink.
You know what? Everybody can wear pink. So
Everyone.
we did make our men do that, and you know what? Quite frankly, they looked very nice. They were very handsome. So it was nice that they played along for the sake of the whole theme and, national movement. So
I agree with you 100%, but the only problem is that now that we have come back, and Jacque, you and I talked about this earlier in the show, now that we have come back from the movie, and my husband's name is Ken, and the name of where they lived was Kendom, that my husband has decided that our house is now Kendom. So there is a slight problem there, but we're working on that.
we can work on changing that, all in time.
What are you going to call it? Barbiedom?
No, something. Karen, Michelledom.
Karen's World.
Karen's World
Karen's
at my house.
There we go. Party time. Excellent. No, I'm kidding.
Karen's World.
For some reason, the song "I Am Woman" by Helen Reddy is just ringing through my ears.
Hear me.
Well,
roar.
and during that movie, the thing that was coming to my ears was it was raining men, because there was a lot of Ken.
Oh, there was.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Was it?
There was all Kens, except for that one. And I don't remember this person, and this is funny. I'm going to ask you two. I'm going to ask you two men this question. Do you remember Alan?
Alan.
Oh, he was.
Okay, even Alan was one of the
He was.
Barbie men, for lack of better. He was a Barbie man. Like, Ken was a Barbie man.
I know Ken.
Okay, okay.
I'm not familiar with
was
Alan.
on the down low.
Yeah.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, Alan was on the down low.
He was very much. And I didn't know there was an Alan. In my Barbie world,
No.
when I was a child, there was no Alan.
Because women are better at keeping it on the down low than men are.
But you remembered who Alan was.
Because I.
Well, okay, explain.
Because
Yeah,
I was,
but don't you
I was
earlier just
interested
trying to
in
be
the
a part of it.
I was interested in the interpersonal workings of the cast.
Okay.
Okay, and
Good
even
save.
even
Good save.
oh my goodness, like I'm not genuine.
I just,
You know what?
I'm being honest. I don't remember
No,
Alan.
I don't remember that.
I don't either.
Okay, see? Because I was looking at her, I'm like, who?
Alan was on the down low.
Do you remember Alan?
And then for the sake of this too, there was also a Barbie of which I didn't remember either, that was expecting a child, and I think I briefly remember that, but I didn't remember it either.
I remember
And-
that was Midge, and the only
right,
reason
but the-
Midge had a baby. Well, she had a pregnant baby belly, but the only reason I remember that because my aunt's name is Midge. But there was Skipper.
I remember
there
Skipper.
Was Skipper. And there were a bunch of other ones. But again, I just don't remember Alan. And Alan just did not fit the. He was Alan.
No.
Was,
You know, my cousin had a collection. She collected all the Barbies and kept it in the casing, and
Yeah.
and she had every single Barbie that they made every
Really?
year.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm curious to know where that collection is, because
You
I,
need to be
probably
calling
worth
I'm
her
sure
up.
It's probably
it's
worth
worth
it.
a lot right now.
Well, now that Barbie has now come out as a movie,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
I think-
resurfaced, like
all the
yeah.
Barbie dome. I mean, and not to be funny, but I mean seriously, it's really resurfaced all that. I mean, my
Like
aunt
move
used
to the
make-
side, American Doll. Like,
Yeah,
here comes
yeah, no,
Barbie's
Barbie
coming. Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for G.I. Joe to come out.
Oh yeah, there
I'm
you
waiting,
go.
and then we'll see how you ladies react to the situation.
I had all the GI Joes as well.
I'm just saying.
I had them.
See, she was an
See-
equal opportunity Barbie doll collector.
Yep.
G.I. Joe Barbie.
She was a Mattel supporter.
Yes,
There you go.
Yes. Right? Oh my goodness. So we have gotten so far off. But Michelle, where are you now with everything with the state representative? I know you're on a bit of a hiatus, so to speak. But what can you update us with all that?
Well, before
Actually, yes.
before you answer though, Michelle, I do. I would like for you to just talk a little bit about your committee assignments, so that our listening audience can understand a little bit more about what you do and how your role plays out here in your district in Torrington.
For all our new listeners.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, happy to do that. So I sit on Human Services, Education, Public Health. I chair the Early Childhood Caucus, which is a bipartisan caucus. It's not a legislative, it's not a legislative appointed. It's just one that I run. I am also on the Primary Care Medical Home Subcommittee and a variety of other things. I am the Deputy Speaker Pro Tem of the House, and I have been there for 15 years.
Wow.
So when we're done with the next legislative session, which would be February to May, that will be my 16th year, ending my 8th term.
And didn't you have a perfect attendance record?
I have had that. I find it extremely important that if you're in office that you're there all the time. So for me, yes, I have not missed a vote in the legislative sessions. I have, in full disclosure, I missed, I think it was two votes in like a special session, but that's not considered a regular legislative session. I missed two. One of them was after my son graduated from high school, and we were with my stepmom the month before she passed away.
I remember.
And
I remember
the next
that.
one, I was at the White House.
I remember that.
So, it's when you're asked to come to the White House, you go.
You go.
And,
Go.
And when we were with my stepmom, literally it was a blessing because the entire family and all of the grandkids were together. I actually was, kind of tossed around a little bit in the newspaper for it, but in my good conscience, I knew that my decision was right.
Absolutely.
It was a
Correct.
special
Absolutely.
session, not a regular legislative session, and inevitably she lost her battle with lung cancer probably about a month and a half after it. So the decision was resignated even more so after all of those things had happened. But other than that, yes, my attendance is, I guess if you want to say that now, near perfect if you want to count all of those, but in regular sessions, it is perfect attendance. So.
And the reason why I want to highlight that, Michelle, is because your performance in Hartford has helped to put Torrington on the map. And that is the kind of momentum going forward that will allow us to get some of the benefits from Hartford that will enhance our community.
You know me well enough to know, and the majority of you all sitting around the chairs there, I'm not a toot your horn, pat myself on the back kind of person. It's just not who I am. But it is about my community, and it is about what we can bring back to my community. And so being in the position that I've been in, and the time served and so forth, it has afforded us as a town to be able to benefit in a way that we might not have been able to benefit in years past. And so for me, I'm very proud of that. So thank you. Like I said, I don't find myself, talking about myself. I just don't.
Well,
No.
your work speaks for itself, Michelle, and
it does, and I've got to say this, and I'm just being totally honest. Jacque, you can attest to this. Michelle puts her money where her mouth is, and I'm not being paid to say this or anything like that. But
although
let's
it
go
would be
back.
nice.
I know. but seriously, I'm going to say this right now. Coryse, you said to me tonight, and she said it on air, she said, I saw Michelle,
Yeah.
State Representative Michelle Cook, driving your van last week. I was short. I called. I said, Michelle, can you? I'm pulling my hair out. Can you come down? She stops what she's doing. She comes down and she helps. She is on our board. She gets in the van and she's not down there going, oh, I'm a state representative. I'm not going to drive the van. I'm not going to pick up. I'm not going to. She's down there in jeans and in a top, working, sweating, doing, and whatever. And I find that, and not just with us, but anywhere it's needed. She is constantly on the go, and she's doing. And that's what not only a state representative, but a senator, state rep, and beyond should be doing. And Michelle, you are the perfect example of that. And I'm not tooting your horn, but I can because I see it with what you do daily.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of that legacy that Michelle is demonstrating as a public servant
Yes.
is something that I think the community is recognizing now, especially in the loss of one of our dearest public servants,
Oh, goodness.
Marie Soliani.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
And I think, these examples of leadership hopefully will impress the younger generations coming up so that they take on these values of public service in a way that enables the residents in our community to live happier, worthwhile, enhanced lives.
Correct.
Well, Jacque, and I'm glad that you said that because I've actually, and Karen knows, like I was stocking shelves and moving beans and boxes and the whole thing today, but I had, 2 reporters call me to ask me for comment on Marie, who, we were very blessed to have spent some time with her last month when we were recognizing her for her incredible, legacy that she has left us.
Absolutely.
And I was asked, what comes to mind when you think of Marie? I mean, in short of being a friend, the first word that came to my mind was fearless. And then the second one that came to my mind was, I don't remember how I put it, but in the big retrospect of things, it was just caring and, like she just had such a huge heart. And not only for her children and her grandchildren and her great-grandchildren, but for the community that she chose to live in, stay in, raise her family in, and then when her husband passed away early on in their life together, she stayed and she gave back. And it was about how she wanted to make this community a better place. And that's what drove her. It wasn't, she might have been on the Democratic side of things, but it wasn't about the Democrats or the Republicans that drove Marie. It was about how we can make this place a better place.
Right.
And how we can work across the aisle to do that. And I've known her for many, many, many years now. And I said to her the last time we were able to see each other, I leaned down and I gave her a kiss at the awards, and I said, thank you for breaking the glass ceiling to allow us to do what we do.
And there's another... I'm sorry, go ahead, Michelle.
And that's just and that's just what it is for me. And last week was a very tough week for Torrington because we also lost Mary Jane Grenick.
Yeah.
Who was the first Democratic Town Committee female chair. She was the one that was responsible for bringing the Torrington Twisters here. She was responsible for the Enterprise Zone. She was responsible for so many great things. And if you look on the wall of women mayors that we've had in this town, we have definitely less than a handful, right? And so, when I look at they've lived full lives. But I look at how blessed we were all to have them in our lives and to represent our communities to better the place for us. Yeah. And I was hoping that we were going to be able to have that conversation, however we had it, because I do think that it is so vitally important. They're doing, they did Mary Jane's wake on Sunday, and they laid her to rest yesterday, and then Marie Soliani's wake is on Wednesday next week, and we'll lay her to rest on Thursday. I'm broken inside because I've been asked to speak at a national conference on early childhood Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week. I will not be here, but I do hope that our community gets out and supports not only Marie but her family, because Marie was Torrington. She really was, and so was Mary Jane.
And I think that on behalf of all of us at City Views, on camera, behind camera, and wherever, for those of you in our listening audience and our viewing audience, that you understand that we send our deepest and sincerest condolences to Mary Jane Grenick's family, as well as Marie Soliani's family, all of them, because these were two women who are pioneers in Torrington community. And on behalf of all of us, we send our condolences. So I'm glad that you were able to bring that up.
Absolutely. Michelle?
It's vitally important. And you know what? We need to get involved. However that looks, we need to get involved. Yeah. And we don't need to get involved for the money that you make out of it, because at the end of the day, it's how you feel when you're done.
And both of those women were the epitome of community And you know, it's again, you know, one of our mottos at the food bank is where community comes first, and that is something there that should resonate with all of us
Right.
in Northwest Connecticut. We're all one together. So
Correct.
absolutely. So yes, thank you very much for putting that so eloquently.
Michelle.
And before we go, Jacque, too, I also want to. I was able to speak at Convocation yesterday. Convocation is where all the staff, educators, principals, building administrators, you name it, everybody from Torrington gets together before the beginning of the school year and, you know, recognizes their teachers and recognizes all sorts of things. It was honored to speak to them, but I will say this: I think that it is vitally important that we also give a huge shout out to them. From the person that drives the bus to the person that runs the building, like every person, top to bottom and left to right. I think that we have taken for granted our educational system in many, many ways, and it's been through significant changes over the years. This graduating class this year is the class that that COVID hit, right? And that they lost a lot of things, but so did the educators, and so did the staff, every staff. So I want to just, you know, thank all of them. I thanked them on Monday. I want to publicly thank them again. We need to recognize that our educators are crafting the minds of our leaders from, you know, and we have that in our preschools and the like. But I just want to say that, too, with school starting, you know, this week, just to give them a huge shout, too.
Absolutely.
So.
Will do, my friend. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Michelle. We'll talk again soon.
Bye, Michelle.
All right, you all have a good night. Thanks, folks. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
And I think it's about that time, Joe.
We have our T-Town shout-outs, sponsored by the Downtown Torrington Partners, growing downtown Torrington one business at a time. We have Dawn's Getaway, found at 24 Winstead Road, Torrington, Connecticut. Christie's Restaurant, 545 Winstead Road, Torrington, Connecticut. Health Insurance Services, 438 Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Fraunhofer at 117 Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Soul Latina Cafe, 31 Hungerford Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Jimmy's Store, 1238 East Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. 5 Points Arts Center, found at 855 University Drive, Torrington, Connecticut. George's Music, 905 New Harwinton Road, Torrington, Connecticut. Thank you for your support. City Views.
Yo, Joe, nice job.
Good job.
Joe, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for hanging with the crew this evening, man.
Thank you for having me.
We'll look for having you back.
It was
Yeah.
a pleasure. Thank you.
Definitely.
And for all of those listening and watching the show this evening, we thank you for tuning in and supporting City Views. You guys look for more on our Facebook page, also on our YouTube page at CityViews-CT. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a wrap.
That's it. And have a
That's
great Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend.
And we'll see you back next week for more City
City
Views.
Views.
City Views.
City Views.